All right, let's talk about your body's internal wiring. We're basically talking about the electrical grid that powers you, your excitable tissues. These are your nerves and muscles, and they're responsible for sending signals at, well, lightning speed to make you think, feel, and move. So let's dive right in and see how it all works.
We've all been there, right? You touch something hot, and your hand just recoils, almost on its own, way before your brain has even processed the ouch part. How on earth does that happen so fast? Well, it's all thanks to those excitable tissues, and we're about to uncover the simple, incredibly powerful rule that makes that split-second save possible.
See, at the very heart of this whole system, there's this really strict, simple rule. I want you to picture a biological gatekeeper, like a bouncer, standing guard at every single one of your nerve and muscle cells. Its only job is to look at an incoming message, a stimulus, and decide if it's important enough to get through. And here's the thing, it doesn't negotiate. It's not going to let you in just 'cause. It is a completely all-or-nothing decision every single time.
And this gatekeeper, it has a name. It's called the threshold. Think of it as the minimum amount of energy, the minimum strength, a signal needs to have to get a reaction. Scientists call that reaction an action potential. If a signal doesn't meet that bare minimum requirement, it's just ignored. It is literally the "you must be this tall to ride" rule of your entire nervous system. No exceptions.
Okay, so this really shows that gatekeeper in action. Let's break it down. First, you get an under-threshold stimulus. It's like a whisper in a loud room. The gatekeeper just ignores it. Nothing happens. But then you get a threshold stimulus. It's just strong enough. And what happens? Bam! The gate swings wide open and a full, complete signal is sent down the line. But what if a much stronger signal comes along, an over-threshold one? Well, the result is exactly the same. The gate's already open. Shouting louder doesn't make the message get through any better. It's either a full-blown go or it's nothing at all.
So, now that we get the gatekeeper's all-or-nothing rule, let's talk about the sensitivity of the system itself. Because this isn't some fixed setting, it's always changing, it's a constant balancing act. Just imagine the relationship between that threshold and how sensitive the tissue is, like they're on a seesaw.
And that sensitivity, we have a word for it, of course, excitability. It's really just how easy it is for a tissue to get, well, excited and respond to a stimulus. So how do we actually measure how excitable something is? You got it? We look at its threshold. A tissue's sensitivity is literally defined by how easy it is to trigger that gatekeeper.
And here's our seesaw, perfectly showing how this works. It's an inverse relationship. If you have a really high threshold, meaning it takes a ton of energy to get a reaction, then that tissue has very low excitability. It's not very sensitive. But on the flip side, if you have a low threshold, where even a tiny little signal can trigger a response, then that tissue has super high excitability. As one side of the seesaw goes up, the other absolutely has to come down.
So here it is. This is the crucial takeaway. This is a fundamental law of how our bodies work. Low threshold means high excitability. High threshold means low excitability. It's that simple. And this one principle, it governs how sensitive every single nerve and muscle in your body is at any given moment.
Okay, let's have a little fun with this. We've got our two main players, our two types of excitable tissues, nerves and muscles. So, based on what we've just learned about thresholds and excitability, let's put them head-to-head, a little showdown to see which one is the true champion of sensitivity.
So, what do you think? Which one is more excitable? Which one has the lower threshold? Is it the nerve whose whole job is to detect and carry signals? Or is it the muscle whose job is to take those signals and, do something with them?
Well, let me tell you, it is not even close. One of these is a whopping 5 times more excitable than the other. And the winner, by a total landslide, is the nerve. It is 5 times more excitable than muscle tissue. And why is that? Well, it's because its threshold is so much lower. The best way to think about it is this. The nerve is like the sensitive lookout, ready to react to the faintest whisper of a signal. The muscle, on the other hand, is the heavy lifter. It's waiting for a clear, confirmed command before it jumps into action. And this is actually critical for efficiency. You don't want your muscles twitching at every little stray signal, right? You want them to act decisively when they get a real order.
But being excitable is just one piece of the puzzle. It's just one tool in the kit. For these tissues to do their amazing jobs, they've got a whole set of special properties. So let's take a quick look at the full picture.
Okay, here's the whole shebang. We've got excitability and irritability. That's the core skill, the ability to sense something and react to it. Then there's conductivity. That's the power to pass that signal along, like electricity flowing through a wire. For muscles, you have a special one, contractility. That's their unique ability to physically shorten and create force. And finally, there's something called liability. Think of that like the tissue's bandwidth, how many signals it can handle over a period of time before it gets totally overwhelmed.
So when you boil it all down, at the very core of every feeling, every movement, every single thought you have, there's this beautifully simple on or off, all or nothing switch. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? If such a fundamental part of our human experience is governed by a simple binary code, what other elegant, powerful rules are operating just beneath the surface, just waiting for us to figure them out?